Hello and welcome to EBTV's coverage of East Brunswick High School athletics. Today from J. Doyle Field, Girls Lacrosse against the Hawks of J.P. Stevens High School. Hi, I'm Ken Saroka, broadcasting all the action to you today on what is clearing out nicely after a bit of a rainstorm here. As you see, the field and the track area is a little slick, but it looks like we're good to go to play. Bears come into this game at 1-7, 1-4 in the league, but 1-7 overall. Fortunately, having two shutout losses on their record, coming up against an J.P. Stevens team that is 1-8. So this is probably an even match, although Coach Paluzzo says that you can't take anything for granted. Bears have been inconsistent in their play. Defense not marking up, not really being aggressive defensively, picking up ground balls, and an offense just not executing to their fullest, including not putting shots on the cage. So we'll see if a good week of practice can cure that for the Bears, as we'll be right back with the opening draw in just a moment. And the storm clouds are breaking here at J. Doyle Field. Had some issue with rain about an hour ago, just kind of dripped, but the clouds were very, very ominous. Hopefully we can get this game in. 2 25-minute halves. Looking for our window of opportunity here. Bears in the home white with green numerals. J.P. Stevens in the green with the yellow numerals white trim. And East Brunswick will be operating on offense from your left on the television screen to right. Drawing at midfield for the Bears will be Angela Costanzo. And unlike the boys, the girls stand straight up. They put their sticks back to back, and the official will put the ball in between. And then it's basically a wrestling match to kind of pop the ball out. And then you'll see on the sides there around the circle, people trying to come in and pick it up and start the offense. And we're underway. Stanza bats the ball, and Bears will pick it up and operate on offense. 7-on-7 on the offensive side, coming right down the middle, inside the 12 meters, right in and shot and away over the top, though unable to bring it home is Cami Steiner. And possession on that wayward shot will go to J.P. Stevens, as goalkeeper Jesse Raciapi will have it to try to clear. And that pass is going to go out the far sidelines. Now the girls' game plays natural boundaries. Essentially, though, with the football field here, you're playing on that far sideline. You'll play the soccer out of bounds lines, the yellow line, but they're not going to allow them to run off into the track. Steiner will try to set it up here now. The red lines are the lines in play here for that. Oh, bad pass, and it's going to be picked up outside of the box and brought back the other way for J.P. Stevens. Bears now have to mark up on defense. Trying to work our way through. Spin, turn. Costanzo comes back and knocks out the ball, but we're going to have a free position shot awarded. Bit of a dangerous play there. Free position from the 8 meters. Bounce shot and a score for JP Stevens, number 11, Serena Zilli. And East Brunswick finds themselves trailing 1-0. Costanza is going to draw again at midfield. That ball goes out the far sideline, but in violation charged on the Bears, and will award possession to the Hawks of JP Stevens. Take it at the midfield stripe. Good check on the ball, but again, a little bit high and a little bit dangerous as Costanza gets called for the foul. Now she'll have to stand behind, as is the tradition here in girls lacrosse, women's lacrosse, the offending party. No real penalties, man up, man down situations, but cards can be awarded for really dangerous plays. Now JP Stevens opening up their first offensive set, trying to roll the cage there, but now operating from behind. And what you might see happening here is kind of cutters going right down the middle, looking for a break. The defenders cannot pack it inside that zone. They have to stay with their man, with their girl, and ball's on the ground as the defense failed to clear that, and JP Stevens picks it back up again. Christine Russi. No shot clock either here. They can just hold on to the ball as long as they want to set up whatever offensive set. Now here comes the cutters, as you see, coming across the cage. Bounce shot and a score for JP Stevens. And the Bears find themselves down 2-0, not even yet having an opportunity to put a shot on cage. Now we have a change there in the center draw as Costanza is going to go to the left side. And you see a different kind of positioning here. Instead of facing each other and trying to wrestle it straight out, you can have it go side to side like this. Popped up. Controlled by the Bears. Costanza's the tallest one out there. Good reach. And now the Bears will operate on offense. Costanza's getting inside 12, turns. Tries to dump it inside. The pass intended there for Caitlin Robertson goes wide, and JP Stevens once again picking up the ball. And that was one of the things that when I was talking to Coach Jill Paluzzo today before the game, just not executing and not going after those loose balls. There was an illegal pick there. It should have been called. Ball bumped and knocked down. Now, unlike the boys game too, there's no padding. They're not wearing helmets and shin guards and all that too. So definitely has to be much more restrained checking here with the stick. Bears haven't really executed two passes in a row here. Coming down the middle, trying to draw traffic is Caitlin Robertson. Still has it, looks, bounces shot low and to the far side. And Caitlin Robinson puts the Bears on the board. (2-1) Bears trail with 20 minutes, 31 seconds left to go in the first half. Caitlin Robinson, a sophomore. Team that's sprinkled nicely with sophomores and juniors and seniors. Ball popped up, bounces down. Costanza's going to pick it up and take control of it. Again, 7-on-7 in the offensive end. Costanza is going to go back to the back end, and again, now the Bears will set up, and you'll see everybody clearing out of that middle arc area. Costanza rolls the cage and fires it past for the score. Looks like the goalkeeper for JP Stevens had some difficulty because that shot was about arm length, or I should say arm height. And when you've got one of those big cages, big basket goalie sticks, it's easy to go up, it's easy to go down, but when it's between perhaps the waist to the shoulders, it's hard because you don't know which way to turn with that. So Costanza scores, and Angela Costanza has over 100 career points here for the Bears. Now this time the draw is controlled by JP Stevens. Back checking not happening here. Nobody's stopping the ball. And they're going to call a violation, or a checking violation, or a shooting space violation. JP Stevens has a free position shot coming in. Shot save that time as Tori Loy got a piece of it. Bounce shot by Zilli goes in short side. And the ball will take a generous bounce here on this new field turf field. Back in the day when they had the grass fields, you would get a really inconsistent bounce depending on how worn the area was around the cage. Again, that ball bouncing up, about shoulder height or below would be a hard one to stop unless you can, physically get your body in front of it. Steiner comes out for the Bears, and entering is Anjini Ragumar. Coming right down the middle, trying to draw through traffic, gets around, fires and scores an unassisted goal there for Caitlin Robertson. She knew exactly what to do, cutting through and weaving away nicely through the defenders. Hard to defense. If you have that burst of speed, you can catch people not turning around and paying attention to where they need to be. Okay, so Bears tie the game at 3. Haven't been able to take the lead yet. Robertson in the draw and picked up by the Bears, who now seem to have a little bit of their confidence back. And Robinson is going to control it, looking down in as cutters were coming through, but not enough room there to execute. From behind, rolling the cage nicely, coming out in front, a shot and a score. Chloe Tauber, the freshman. And the Bears go up 4-3, 18:49 left in the first half. Robertson battling. The ball's now on the ground and picked up by JP Stevens. Getting back quickly. Robertson trying to chase. Nope, they're going to wave it off. There was an infraction before. So a free position shot will be awarded. Shooting space violation. You can't get in the, somebody's winding up for a shot really with no protection. You can't get in the way, and that's, you see the referee motioning above their head like that. Indicates a shooting space violation. And another free position shot will be awarded from the 8 meters. Getting a piece of that is Roy. Louis, sorry. Tori Lou. East Brunswick marking up on defense here. And again, you can't cheat either. If you're if your girl is not inside that 8-meter arc there, the first of the red lines, you can't cheat back in to double team, and that's what they're calling. Shot stopped right at the feet, and that was probably not the best choice of shots, because we've seen that the bouncing shots are the ones that are giving the goalies the most trouble here. Ball's on the ground, picked up, tripped. And Anthony Ragumar has to step behind. Bring it right down the middle. And a good save there, getting the stick on it. The ball bouncing on the ground is going to go off the field of play here. And one of the other things that you'll notice is that when the whistle blows, with the exception of the person who maybe committed the foul, everyone else has to freeze in place. And we're getting a little conference there because, again, cheating back on defense like that. Yeah, the lane clogged up very quickly there. Bears defense now coming on in and running right through the crease area and putting it home for the Hawks. Is someone, I don't have their number. I don't think I have it. But a timeout called with 15:34 left to go in the first half. Our score is tied at 4, I believe. Yes. All right, this game is going to be rebroadcast on EBTV. It's also available on the video on demand menu. If you go to the EBTV website, ebtv.org, punch up the video on demand menu, and you can catch all the East Brunswick High School sports action as well as community programming. Again, there it is on the screen. This game will be rebroadcast on Saturday, April 30th at 3 p.m. And then again on demand, ebtv.org, or if you're on the East Brunswick Public Library website, ebpl.org, and then click the link to EBTV. And again, thank the EBTV technical crew for all the wonderful work they do, coming out a couple of hours early, even in the rain here, and setting up shop and broadcasting all the action to you of East Brunswick High School athletics. Hi, I'm Ken Saroka. That's Marissa Freeman, coach of JP Stevens. Again, Stevens comes into this game at 1-8, and East Brunswick comes in at 1-7. So probably no accident that the score is so evenly matched here at 4-4. Both teams trying to find, their place. Bears with inconsistent offensive games where they're not even scoring. They've been shut out twice, and you have defensive lapses which allow 19 goals. Angela Costanza is going to go back out to the midfield area to handle the draw duties here. Costanza has committed to play, looks like St. Thomas Aquinas. Now the battle is on the ground. little bit of a loose ball push there, and possession is going to be awarded to the Bears. Taking a tumble there for the Bears, Kayla Reardon. Looks like she hit her elbow or something. She's kind of stretching out. Maybe. And we're going to have a substitution. Caitlin Robertson comes in. Robertson comes in for, oh, not, okay. And a reset. And again, a bad pass, errant pass. JP Stevens much crisper with their passes. Bears seem to have lost the momentum that they had. Back official, trailing official called that one. A little bit of a rough check there. You're trying to knock the ball out, and if you come down, you tend to come down on top of somebody's hands, and even when they don't come on the hands, you hear that loud clacking noise. The officials are going to call it a lot of times there. Go to a hack on the arm, and Christina Russi was going to get that free position shot from the right side of 8 meters. And a bounce shot, and again, that's the shot that seems to be working here for JP Stevens as they go up 5-4. And we're going to have a goaltending substitution. Dominic Perotto will check in. That one didn't even really get above waist level. But JP Stevens has it. A little bit of bumping going on there. Yeah, they're going to call that chop a lot. I mean, gentle nudge on the stick. Bears marking up on defense as the offense now kind of sets behind. Ball's on the ground as try to sneak in on the short side crease area there. Out of bounds. Bears will take over. Now it's called for a dangerous, that was a near injurious kind of hit there, that stick up that high. Got to be careful with that. No damage, but the referee still blew the whistle anyway. Now just needing some help here. Good mark-up defense there. The Hawks collapsing in on everybody. Then open up and kind of lost track of everything, and you lose track of people, turn around and find a wide lane open. Kelsey Miklos scores for the Bears to tie the game at 5. Costanza will draw at midfield. 1 hop, 2 hops, and a foul called on the Hawks. Miklos will take it. Kind of drift up into the middle, look for that open, look for that lane, try to turn people around. 3 defenders there. Turns again, almost a repeat of the same play and same result as Kelsey Miklos scores her second goal of the game. And Bears go up 6-5. Wind has picked up a little bit here. Don't see anything on the radar screen. Wholesale changes now coming in for the Bears on the offensive side of the ball. That one's popped sideways. Inadvertent collision there, but picked up on the ground ball by Jamie Stabinski. Stabinski and the Bears trying to outlet. And again, this has been the problem so far, is that passes not connecting and easy turnovers, setting up JP Stevens on offense. Perota with the save there. Racing around. They're going to call a chop there, award the free position. That ball did go into the net, but their whistle had blown the infraction before, so free position shot awarded to Serena Zilli on the left side of 8 meters. Bounce shot and scooped up nicely. Maybe not as high as it could have been. But Bears will bring it up and take it across to midfield. And not turning around on the play. And again, this is the problem here. Giving it right back after a good defensive stop. Costanza called for the foul. Oh, nice move there around. A good block to get low. Perota's much more aggressive here. Dominique Perota, the junior. 9:13 left. Pass goes wide, but again, the Bears just can't seem to find it. Costanza, though, picks it up. 3-on-3, 3-on-4. Costanza slows it down. Didn't really have an avenue to run through, so he's going to take it kind of leisurely behind the cage. That pass goes a little bit wide, but picked up again by the Bears. Robertson is going to go starting her run. Runs into traffic. Good collapsing defense there on the part of JP Stevens. Bears with a 6-5 lead, content to work for the good shot. Double team, breaks the double team, gets through, but again, not really a clear lane that time, as JP Stevens managed to find a defender to come on the slide. Dump pass inside, Robertson. Again, they're catching people cheating in that zone area. You can't pack it in. I guess that was a rule change put in maybe about 25, 30 years ago to keep everybody from packing right in next to the keeper. There will be more calls on that. Wow, a high shot, top shelf, as Robertson fires for her third goal of the game. Hat trick there for the sophomore, Caitlin Robertson. not really popped up, but Costanza with her long reach gets to it, and Bears again operating on offense. Looking, trying to find 3 defenders, and the ball's knocked out of her stick. And Miklos got a little bit carried away, and she's going to get carded. And that means she has to come off the field of play for a period of time. It's kind of dangerous. She lost possession of the ball and kind of got chippy on it. So the one circumstance here of a man up, man down opportunity. Good stick control, but the shot goes over the top. Somebody snuck right behind there. You could see that coming and just didn't put the shot on cage. Playing down at, I guess, playing down at an open stick. Foul called on JP Stevens. And the Bears will bring it out. And have the opportunity now to set it up on offense, looking downfield. Costanza punked in the head almost by the pass, but retained nicely there by Lauren Gerbero. Gerbero's looking for someone to pass to now to set it up. And lost on the ground. Costanza comes by and ooh, again they're gonna hear the sound of the check and not really see it, and that's what they're gonna react to. That pass goes wide, and again a foul for playing down an open stick there. Called on the Bears. The race back here. Samantha Zema. Intercept it nicely. Whoa! A little bit of a loose play there. As Ferrota almost put it in her own net. Now passes outlet. Nice outlet pass. Nope. Costanza's going to bring it across here. Bears a little bit shorthanded, but numbers are coming up. And again, there's another pass to get hit. And coming in off the shot and hits Chloe Tauber, hit the goalkeeper right in the stick in the mask. They'll bring them back into the field of play here. Looking for those openings in the defense. Cameron Steiner, Tauber, Kelsey Miklos. Again, looking to get an angle, just can't find it there. Robertson, looking for a cutter inside. Costanza's cutting, but not enough separation there to feed the pass in. Plus she was on her, it would be a difficult shot to turn around and fire from that angle. Miklos looking for a room. We'll pass it back out, seeing none. And that pass went in on the goal. And a foul called on Steiner. Oh, no. I guess it was, yes. Or Costanza for interfering there. Now, JP Stevens trailing 7-5 with possession. Loose ball picked up nicely on the ground there by Aaron Lau. The pass, outlet pass on the side, trying to get it back into the middle of the play, goes wide. Foul called on Jackie Lesueur. Against try to shield off, ward off the opponent. Off the pipe as Perota had to come out and challenge. JP Stevens spreading it out nicely, and you see the cutters coming across the cage. And again, cutting down those angles, Bears defense doing a better job at that. Trying to find some room and finding that opening on the short side. And that's the 6th JP Stevens goal. Shot was about off hip, and again, that's the hard part of goalkeep, is that from the basically the hips to the shoulders, getting that stick around is hard, because you can see just as the goalkeeper's natural kind of place to rest it is below the hip level. Robertson will take the draw at midfield with 1:29 left in this first half. Bears up 7-6. Unofficially, Bears are not doing very well on the draw controls. Perota comes up big and bumping Samdreza, bumping Jackie Lesueur. And she'll get possession of it for the Bears. Time for a good offensive set here if the Bears can work out the clear. They're going to call being too close to the end line and then coming back into the field of play, I guess. That one I didn't see, but I guess it was too close to that sideline and ran out. Now JP Stevens with a chance to tie in their last minute of play here. Shot and a save in the basket, and the ball's left on the ground. Dangerous here. And Aaron Lau will pick it up and try to get it down that far sideline. Now will smartly back pass it out of traffic. Reversing field. And now with 25 seconds left to go, see if the Bears can get a quick offensive set going here. Katrina Gwendamari passes it in and takes it behind the cage herself and scores. The junior puts up the 8th Bears goal with only 7 seconds left, so deciding to keep it might have been the smartest play there, as an errant pass would have probably finished the remaining time here in the first half. With 7 seconds left, just basically a good draw control here, and Bears go in at halftime up 2. And that is the end of the first half with our score Bears 6 and JP Stevens no score. We'll be back with, or I'm sorry, Bears 8, excuse me. And they're messing around with the clock here. Bears 8 and JP Stevens 6. We'll be back with second half action in just a moment. Second half action coming here from J. Doyle Field. Bears up 8-6. First half of mini runs, JP Stevens took an early 2-0 lead, and then Bears went on a nice little run, but JP Stevens came back, and the key moment, I guess, in that first half was a goalie substitution. Coach Jill Paluzzo putting in Dominic Perota, who I have as having unofficially seven saves, and that really saved it because the East Brunswick defense has been porous at times. For the Bears on offense, Caitlin Robertson with 3 and Kelsey Miklos with 2, the offensive stars. As we start the second half of play here, Bears up by 2. They're going to move from left to right offensively on your screen. And the Bears with the draw control. Miklos. Robertson, again playing around the outside here. Miklos, good confrontation there. Miklos trying to find an avenue, cannot, decides to pull it back out. Patience and ball control, and that's been an issue here. Lauren Gerbero top. Robertson tracks that down. We'll go around the horn to Costanza, right at goal line extended. Costanza trying to use her height advantage. Top shelf, short side. How she managed to put that in that small spot. But she got it up there and had that height advantage to her advantage. And Angela Costanza with her second goal of the game. And Bears are up now by 3. Ball popped in the air, picked up by Miklos. Dumps it in, ill-advised pass heading in the direction of Chloe Tauber, but way wide. But Bears will retain possession, closest to the ball. Maybe they consider that a shot. No, actually, they're going to give possession to JP Stevens, as that was a pass intended. Gentle little nudge on the stick there by the Bears. We got a foul on JP Stevens. Amy So with just done a little tap there on the stick, and sometimes that's even more effective because even if you get the hands, you don't hear that clank, which usually will get the referee's whistle going. Gabrielle Krzeski to Miklos. Four defenders, they're 3 now. Again, having been burned a couple of times in a row on successive possessions there, the JP Stevens defense is confronting Miklos up high and putting up a nice little 3-person wall in front. Now you see the Bears really spreading it out, almost 4-corner style here. And look for some cutters here by the Bears on offense, or, yeah. Again, cutters coming in, dumping right across the crease here, going right straight forward. Looking for an avenue, a pass. And for that to work, you got to hit the person before they hit the cage, not after. So it's a difficult read. And you had there'll be a free position shot awarded to the Bears. I think it's maybe the first one awarded to East Brunswick, as everybody crowded in to block, and that's, again, that dumping inside the zone. that shot right at the goalie. Again, the bounce shots seem to be the ones that give the goalies the most trouble, well, especially off of a free position. Rashida Jane brought it up all the way up the midfield and then gave it off and get a little bit of a push there as Cameron Steiner's trying to mark up there on Christina Ruzzi. Again, coming right down the middle, looking for an opening. Ball's on the ground. Corralled. And lost out of bounds. Almost corralled. And intercepted, nicely getting the stick in the way there. And the Bears will pick up possession and take it across. Outlet to Tauber. Tauber is going to get confronted here about 30 yards out. And that pass wide and into the East Brunswick bench. That pass is going to end up going all the way back to the goal keep here. Is going to try to outlet it. Ooh, almost a dangerous collision there. "20 minutes left to go. Second half. Bears up by 3. I'm Ken Saroka, broadcasting all the action to you of Girls Lacrosse here from J. Doyle Field. And given an opportunity just to kind of dance into that 8-meter arc, and nobody marked up. And Miklos found another opportunity and picks up her 3rd goal of the game. Her and Caitlin Robertson both with 3 unofficially here. When you're in that close, passing it is not necessarily the worst play, but when you have an opportunity and the defense falls asleep, to get in there just to get enough space to put a shot on cage, you never know. Robertson will get it back off the draw. Bears doing a very good job this half on draw controls. Edison, JP Stevens, why do I keep calling Edison? JP Stevens with possession there. Pressure. Pick being set and a little bit of a bump. Now with a free opportunity to kind of run it up here. Right down Broadway. Offhand shot off the pipe. That's probably the 3rd time that Perota's had a shot go off crossbar or goalpost. But again, the Bears just kind of let that happen. We're just kind of watching. The Bears are up by 4, but momentum in this game can swing very quickly. Let's see if the Bears can take advantage here of that gift that they got as that ball ricocheted off the post. Top of the 12-meter fan. 12. Again, just a very deliberate game. No rush. Bears up by 4. 17:30 left in the second half. Again, bringing it back out to the 12. Inside to Costanzo, that's... And who's going to get possession there? Okay, so they call I guess a bump there on Costanza, who's trying to go down for that ball. Costanza trying to split defenders, pass it to Miklos. Miklos, shot and a save. That ball's on the ground for the taking. Nice pickup there by Jacqueline Lesueur to come up with that ball, but again, giving it right back. This is what got the Bears in trouble in the first half. They didn't have any rhythm going. They were giving the ball right back after making a good defensive play. And that pass goes right through and will go through the J.P. Stevens bench, and it'll be awarded to East Brunswick. Speeding down the middle, passes on the outside, now inside to Costanza. And what's going to be the call there? A little bit of a, didn't see any contact unless somebody is cheating in on that defense. I think that's what happened is he had one of the players just kind of cheated in one step and they called it too quick. Costanza's shot, save, picked up, rebound, and a high shot over the top and a score. Nope, hold on. Crease violation, no goal. That is, again, a crease violation. The goalie is kind of an extended piece there, so that if the goalie is standing in the crease, even the follow through of the shot is considered, I guess, in the crease. Now there's your outlet pass, but it's on the ground. Battled. Picked up by, oh, and again, not exactly coming down here to run a set play or that, just kind of throwing her ball around. Not going to help the Bears. Double team in the back, double team, force, nope, close. Intercept it. In front, but not able to one time the pass. And are finally coming out of it now is J.P. Stevens. Collision, but a save. Now that should be a possession foul, not a free position shot, but what are they going to do here? Oh, no, they're going to award a free position shot. Okay. Shot low side and in. And J.P. Stevens now only 3 behind with 13:34 left to go. Again, this game will be rebroadcast on Saturday at 3 p.m. and will also be available on demand on ebtv.org. Click on the on-demand link to access all the East Brunswick TV, EBTV programming, sports, community programs, Board of Education, municipal meetings. It's ebtv.org. Robertson's going to track that down. Close to the sideline, makes her defender fall down. A little bit of a bump, but no whistle. Robertson looking to get through traffic. Not willing to press the advantage, go through 2 people, so she's going to set it up on the goal line, extend it right. Bears looking for cutters coming down. That one goes wide. The ball's now going to head toward the box. Looking for an outlet, as again, 7-on-7, that blue line at the 30-yard line of the football field is the box for the offensive players to participate in going there. So Jessica Saccenti was trying to look for an outlet pass, but that one's going to go through. And again, possession awarded to J.P. Stevens. Ball on the ground. A little bit of a push there, or Ward. And that's going to go against J.P. Stevens. Bears will look for possession here. That pass ill-advised going into the middle there, got swatted down on its way. Costanza's battling for it, but the trailing official is going to call Costanza for a foul. Now J.P. Stevens on a break. Looking to split the defenders, coming right down the middle. Lost control of it, going in. And Bears will be awarded possession, playing in an open stick there. One of the J.P. Stevens players trying to battle for that ball. Costanza going to pass it to Krzeski looking inside that pass. Ooh, Costanza just got a handle on it. And the whistle blew just as Costanza was throwing or shooting. And probably a shooting space violation there. Costanza will take a free position shot from the top of the 8 meters. And just drops it in. Looked like it might have knuckled, kind of floated in there, and the goalkeeper could not come up with it. Costanza now with her 3rd goal of the game. So a trio of hat tricks for the Bears as they take an 11-7 lead over the Hawks of J.P. Stevens. Hi, I'm Ken Saroka, broadcasting all the action to you on what turned out to be a pretty nice day as the clouds have parted above J. Doyle Field. Had a little bit of rain as we were setting up here. But right now, we're enjoying beautiful weather with 10:39 left to go. Bears looking for their 2nd win on the season, 2nd league win also. Foul called there on, looks like Robertson. Caitlin Robertson stands behind, and Zilli will put it into play for J.P. Stevens. She had a couple of early goals here for the Hawks, but then has been very quiet ever since. And a little lackadaisical play there, and almost a takeaway by Miklos is marking up well, trying to roll the cage there. And again, that whistle before, because it looks like Robertson cheated in on that one before. The free position shot awarded. Ball bounced. That time the bounce was too high and over the cage. And number 23, who, again, we do apologize, I don't have her listed there. Unless I misread the roster. Puts in the 8th goal for J.P. Stevens with 9:20 left to go. 3-goal lead is not something to be comfortable with. Miklos comes down with it. We'll pass to Krzeski. And that was sniped down by the goalkeeper, Siepi. On the ground, picked up nicely, looking for an outlet now. To Costanza. Costanza's going to turn, fire, score. Angela Costanza, using her height advantage, got that pass and immediately knew what to do with it. Turned and pivoted and put it in the upper corner there. 4th goal of the game. And that's a good sign for the Bears if Costanza can get on track here for the offense as the Bears close out this season. Costanza just going to walk it up and wait for help. Bears up 4 with 8:35 left to go. Unless JP Stevens is going to come out and pursue aggressively, and you don't want that to happen. And a wide open break here, going right down the middle, but the ball popped out. But an infraction on the trailing JP Stevens player for hacking down the potential ball carrier here for the Bears. That shot goes in and foul on the Bears there as JP Stevens was trying to recover that shot. Might have got muffled down in front. The trailing official now is saying something different here. He's got a different call. Okay, that's kind of like a dual foul call at the same time, and kind of like the jump ball in basketball, which has now been replaced by alternating possession. Then the possession now arrow goes toward JP Stevens. So usually it's very clear cut, the foul calls, but in that case, one official had one way, one official had the other way. Again, 6 minutes, 10 seconds left to go. No shot clock, no pressure here. Bears up 4. Now, when that's done and done well, I've seen that executed to the point of being almost like the 4 corners before the shot clock in basketball in the NCAA, where a team could literally waste 10 minutes by just keeping control of the ball. But that requires an awful lot of skill on the passing, and Costanza is going to get called for hacking down at an open stick. Three defenders crunching in on the JP Stevens player there. Ball's on the ground, and again, this is hard to pick it up, but the field turf should make it easier. Robertson looks to get inside, then we'll duck it back out, but we got the trailing official again with a call. And again, this is one of those cases where the J.P. Stevens defender was cheating in on inside the 8 meters. Not really a free position, a little bit outside of 8. And Robertson's not going to take any advantage by running it in there. Ball's going to go out to the sideline. I didn't see a possession call here, but looks like they're going to call it out of bounds, and J.P. Stevens will have it. 4:20 left to go. Bears trying to collapse in on there. 3-4 in the area. Miklos comes up with it, but they're going to call a bump. And a yellow card looks like was presented there on Cameron Steiner. Bit of a rough play there. Costanza is going to get called for that hack. Again, if you hear that clank of sticks, they're going to call it. Whistle before the attempted shot. Free position shot going to be awarded. Harshita Jain will take it from the right side of the 8 meter. Knocked down in front and goes wide. J.P. Stevens closest will take possession of that as we come to the 3-minute mark. Stevens needs to score and score quickly here. And that they do. As getting back into the cage was Ferrota and not set firmly, and a high jumping shot drilled into that lower left side of the cage, and the 9th goal for J.P. Stevens brings it back to a 3-goal game with 3 minutes left. Now East Brunswick has managed to answer that call every time, but again, we don't want to give away anything here with 3 minutes left to go. Draw controls. Brunswick doing a better job in the second half on draw controls. Very crucial here to run this clock down. Controlled by our goal scorer, by coming down. And as I mentioned, this is not a good sign here. 10 seconds later, we get another goal, and it's 12-10, and timeout called by East Brunswick. Coach Jill Paluzzo's not going to be happy with that, as the defense failed to respond twice on breakouts, and not getting in the way. I mean, at least if you get in the way and there's a foul, you get a chance to kind of calm everybody down and stop the momentum. So draw control, vitally important here to start, and then possession key here to waste down as much as possible if you can't have that clear open look at the cage. Well, we have this break in the action. Again, a thank you to the EBTV technical crew who come out here a couple hours before each game time to get set up. Even in this slightly inclement weather that it was around 2 o'clock when they got here. Cleared out nicely at about 3:45 just before game time. And I think David Ambrosi just looking at here's weather map, and we are probably about 20 minutes away from getting hammered by the next line of thunderstorms, or potentially, but there's only 2:54 left, and barring injury or something dramatic, we should be able to get this game in. Yeah, right now it looks set, but it's coming out of the west, which would be coming basically out of the direction behind the press box. Yes, this AccuWeather report brought to you by But you got to be careful. Thunder and lightning obviously is a concern here, even in April. Obviously, a concern for athletes on playing fields throughout, and there are rules concerning that. Still a pretty nice day, 70 degrees. And a draw at midfield. And picked on the side there by Chloe Tauber. Tauber to Costanzo. And missed. And this is, again, this is the danger here. And great defensive play. Robertson to come back and try to get after that. And Robertson will try to pick that up and run it. And a push called there. So East Brunswick will retain possession. Clock is running. I do think, though, within 2 minutes or 1 minute, there will be stopping on all the whistles, but Robertson is just going to walk it around, and this is what you want. You want the best ball handler to have possession here and get around traffic and stay in open space. No need for the Bears to score, just hold the ball. 2 minutes, 2 minutes. And Cameron Steiner has been released from her yellow card infraction. Costanza grabs it high and fires it top shelf. Costanza with 5 goals. That was an opportunity waiting there, and Costanza didn't hold back, just grabbed it in one motion and put it top shelf. .149, clock has stopped. Bears up by 3. Costanza with 5, Kelsey Miklos with 3, and Caitlin Robertson with 3, unofficially here. This ball is being bounced around, and Miklos is trying to fight through 2 JP Stevens defenders to get to it. White ball possession, last touch by JP Stevens, and came close to the scorer's table. Again, trying to look to some open space, just find a way around everything. And coming in with Tauber was a shot, and that's not necessarily a good play there. Gwen Damari in there too with Miklos trying to battle it out. Picks it up, 57 seconds, and again, this is the time when you just want to run to open space. Katrina Gwen Damari and Miklos play catch. Switches hands nicely. 35 seconds. Costanza gonna take it, gonna come around, hit the crossbar. And a shooting space violation there. 26 seconds left to go. Oh no, they're gonna call a high check, I'm sorry. A high stick there. East Brunswick should not lose this game, as we got 16 seconds left to go, even though possession awarded back to JP Stevens. Five, four, three, two, one. 1 second with a whistle. And whistle will blow. And our final score, Bears 13, JP Stevens Hawks 10. Bears move to 2-7 on this season. JP Stevens goes to 1-9. Again, our offensive stars of the game here, Angela Costanzo with 5 goals, Kelsey Miklos with 3, and Caitlin Robertson with 3 as well. I'd like to again thank the EBTV technical crew who come out here and support East Brunswick High School athletics through their wonderful work in all seasons and all weather conditions. I'm Ken Saroka. Again, final score here, JP Stevens comes to J. Doyle Field and leaves on the short end of a Bears victory, 13-10, our score.